Why are Jewish men circumcised? Because no Jewish woman will touch anything that's not at least 20% off. Here's what I love. It's opening night on Broadway. The scalpers are having a field day. No tickets are to be had. A middle-aged couple sees them. Next to them is a little old Jewish lady sitting next to an empty seat. The man asks, whose seat is that? And the old lady replies, my late husband, Irving Bernstein. He says, sorry, but surely you must have some friends or relatives who would have wanted to come and see the show. She replies, yes, but they're all at his funeral. Okay. One of the big things in the humor, Jewish humor specifically, is when the Jews came here and settled down in New York or wherever, they began to integrate or to settle in and to become Americanized. And they made fun of the people who newly arrived and didn't know their way around, and they called them greenhorns. And that developed the whole thing of sort of making fun of their misuse of the English language. And so we have this one. A little old Jewish man who was having trouble with his private parts. His wife nudged him to go to the doctor. After a lot of nudging, he went, surprised when the doctor said he had syphilis. All the way home, he kept thinking, syphilis? What is syphilis? He got home, his wife said, no, Jaime, what did the doctor say? Jaime shrugged. I don't know, he told me something syphilis. I don't know what that is. Well, I'll look it up in the medical dictionary. When she came back, she said, Jaime, we got nothing to worry about. It's a disease of the Gentiles.
I love a good play on words.
Yeah. I read this elsewhere. This is not in the book.
Whoa, he's going off the script, people.
The two Jews are walking around and they see a sign on the church that says, come in and convert and we'll give you $100. And one guy says, I'll never convert. The other guy says, I don't know. It sounds like a lot of money. Let me go in and have a look. So he goes in, he gets converted, he comes out, and the guy who didn't go in, he says, well, did you get the money? He says, you people are always talking about money. And then there are jokes, you can make them up anywhere, even the Holocaust. There were jokes in the Holocaust, and jokes in a survivor, 90-year-old survivor told this joke. He dies, 90-year-old, he dies and goes to heaven, sees God, and tells God a joke about the Holocaust. And God says, I don't think that's funny. You shouldn't make jokes like that. And the guy says, you're right, you should have been there. For those of you who know some about Jewish funerals and so forth, this will be neat. A guy from an Orthodox family goes out, marries a Native American girl, brings the bride home to his mother. The bride says, my name is Hanakanaloni, but you can just call me Falling Waters. The mother says, my name is Sadie Bernstein. You can call me Sitting Shiva. This guy tells his mother that he's finally going to get married. His mother is thrilled. She says, am I going to meet her? Well, Ma, I like to play a little game with you. You have such a good sense of what's going on. I like to bring her three women and have you guess which one's going to be my wife. The mother agrees. The next day, he brings in three beautiful ladies, sits down on the couch next to his mom. Mom talks to them for 2 minutes and says, the redhead in the middle. Ma, that's amazing. How did you do that so quickly? She says, because I don't like her. That's what I like, though. Amy and Beck here at the doctor's office. Doc, it's our sex life. It's terrible. Doctor says, describe your technique. Okay, well, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, doctor, stop right there. That's the whole point. You can't plan these things. You must be spontaneous. Whenever the spirit moves you, that's when you have to act with passion. Come back and see me in 2 weeks. 2 weeks pass, comes back. How'd it go? Abe says, fantastic. You couldn't believe it. You're absolutely right. Spontaneity is the key. We were at breakfast. My wife dropped a spoon, bent over to pick it up. Lo and behold, I got the urge like an animal. Right there on the breakfast table, 3 times we made love. Doctor said, that's terrific. Any problems? Amy says, just one. They won't let us eat at Howard Johnson's anymore. Here's a final joke that your mother highly recommends. It's called rugula. For those of you who don't know, rugula is a pastry, very delicious. You can get them in grocery stores and everything, but it was originally a Jewish piece of pastry. An old man is dying. He calls his son into the bedroom. Sammy, I can smell all the way up here that your mother is downstairs in the kitchen baking rugula. You know that your mother's rugula is my favorite thing in the world. I'm sure this will be the last thing I'll ever eat. Would you please go downstairs and get me some? Sammy leaves the room. 5 minutes go by, then 10 minutes, 15 minutes later, Sammy returns to his father's bedroom, empty-handed. Sammy, where's the rugula? Pop, Sammy says. Mom says they're for after the funeral.